group of watchdogs is calling for an investigation into a controversial series of events involving high-profile figures. But is it a legitimate concern or a political ploy? The plot thickens. Former ethics officials, who served under both Republican and Democratic administrations, are urging the Justice Department's Inspector General to scrutinize the prosecutions of James Comey, ex-FBI Director, and Letitia James, New York Attorney General. The request, obtained by CBS News, highlights a letter sent to Acting Inspector General William Blyer, signed by leaders of the Democracy Defenders Fund, a nonpartisan group based in Washington. A personal vendetta? The letter alleges that the interim U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, Lindsay Halligan, pursued indictments against Comey and James to satisfy President Donald J. Trump's personal grudge. It states, "Miss Halligan's actions represent a turning point in our democracy, showcasing some of the most extreme cases of unjustified and malicious prosecution in our nation's history." The group's leaders include Norm Eisen, Richard Painter, and Virginia Cantor, who served as ethics officials under Presidents Obama, Bush, and Clinton, respectively. Crossing the line? The letter further emphasizes, a president should never wield the power to prosecute his opponents. Such actions belong in Putin's Russia or other dictatorships, not in our democracy. The complex relationship between Comey and Trump has been well documented. Comey's firing in 2017, initially attributed to his handling of the Hillary Clinton email server investigation, was later revealed by Trump to be linked to the FBI's Russia probe. This led to the appointment of special counsel Robert Mueller, who investigated Russian interference in the 2016 election and potential coordination with the Trump campaign. Despite Mr. Trump's denials, Mueller's investigation confirmed Russian interference and contacts between Trump campaign officials and Russians, but fell short of proving illegal conspiracy. A vocal critic, Comey, since his dismissal, has openly criticized Mr. Trump, labeling him morally unfit for the presidency in a 2018 interview. The Democracy Defenders Fund also argues that prosecutors should not be removed for refusing to press charges they deem baseless, even if instructed by the president. They believe this is precisely what happened in the cases of Comey and James. Timing raises eyebrows. The criminal cases against Comey and James were filed less than 3 weeks after President Trump publicly called for their prosecution on social media. The acting U.S. attorney, appointed by Mr. Trump, resigned after not pursuing charges against Comey and James and was then replaced by Trump aide Lindsay Halligan. She swiftly secured grand jury indictments, with Comey charged just days before the statute of limitations expired. Defending the indefensible. Halligan has defended both prosecutions, stating that no one is above the law and that the charges represent serious breaches of public trust. Comey is accused of making a false statement and obstructing Congress, allegedly lying to the Senate Judiciary Committee in 2020 about authorizing an anonymous source at the FBI. Comey denies any wrongdoing and plans to seek a dismissal, arguing the case is a vindictive prosecution targeting a presidential critic. A pattern emerges. The Democracy Defenders Fund's request also highlights a similar pattern in the prosecution of Letitia James. They argue that Halligan's pursuit of bank fraud and false statement charges against James is another attempt to satisfy President Trump's personal grudge against his political rivals. The letter cites Trump's anger towards James for successfully leading a civil fraud case against the Trump Organization, resulting in judgments against the president and his sons, and imposing business restrictions in New York. The saga continues. James is set to appear in court on October 24th to face charges of mortgage fraud and making a false statement related to a Virginia home in 2020. She, like Comey, denies any wrongdoing. The Justice Department Inspector General's office, currently on furlough due to the shutdown, has not yet responded to requests for comment, while the Justice Department declined to comment. What do you think? Is this a legitimate call for an investigation or a politically motivated maneuver? Share your thoughts below, and let's engage in a respectful discussion on this intriguing and complex matter.